Hello, good evening. Welcome. This is Amy, the Mystic Rose Tarot. I am here to share our second decan reading for the month of Taurus, and we are May 1st to the 10th of May. And this is going to be an interesting read because of the planetary influence that is represented for the Unified Esoteric Tarot card. As I normally do, I have other cards that are related to our decan, representing this second decan week of May 1st to the 10th, which is the Six of Pentacles or Six of Discs. If you watch my previous video, our previous decan was the Five of Pentacles. And so that dealt more with inner struggles, being lost in despair, but also seeing that there is the potential for growth and to move on from your situation. So it's, in a way, it's seeing two sides of that situation. But here we see the result with the Six of Discs, when right-minded decisions and actions are taken upon to change that situation. But let's jump right into the Unified Esoteric Tarot, and then I'm going to show you four cards here from the Forest of Enchantment, Lumina Tarot, Oak, Ash, and Thorn, which I'm introducing a little bit more into my readings, and my favorite, Tarot of the Holy Light. Tarot of the Holy Light is going to be a little bit complex, but I want to make it really simple in its meaning, because what you see with the Six of Pentacles with the Tarot of the Holy Light is going to be quite different from what's being visually represented and its meaning. But I will explain that the best that I can. Alrighty, so our second decan. I wanted to point out, I've been noticing since I've been practicing reading with the decans that I feel I'm seeing a pattern, and it always seems to be, and I've mentioned this a few times, that the second decan in each astrological month, we're in Taurus, the second decan is usually that very first week of that astrological month. Like I said, we're May 1st to the 10th. And I feel like these the second decan truly represents the traits and characteristics and perspectives of that sign. Just more so than the first decan and the third decan. The first decan we're ushering in from the previous sign going into the current sign, like from Aries to Taurus. And now we're in the center, we're in the midst of the sign of Taurus. And then our third decan winds down that energy, and it makes room for the next sign. So from Taurus, we're going to go into Gemini. But I just feel with the second decan, I just feel the perspective and the overall gist of what Taurus energy is, I feel represented in the second decan. So with that being said, with the Unified Esoteric Tarot, this is the card of prosperity. And the planet of influence is Ceres in the sign of Taurus. And what's interesting here is, excuse me here, just notice I had some dirt right on my face. I'm not going to edit it. So Ceres is an asteroid, and it doesn't place so much of a big emphasis in astrology. These are more of outlying influences from other asteroids, other stars that don't fit in the traditional or outer lying planets that we normally work with when it comes to astrology. So Ceres is representing more the maternal side. It's an Earth-influenced asteroid, star, and its representative characteristics is of natural instincts, being there to help. And Ceres can fall into the elements of influence. So what I mean by that is with Ceres and Taurus, okay, Taurus is earth and Ceres is a earth-inspired asteroid, also goddess. So we're starting to see influences of compassion, how we care for someone, our actions, our perspective, how we approach a situation when someone is in need. So with Ceres and Taurus, and again, we're working with this decan of prosperity. And prosperity comes in many forms. Prosperity can be material, can be also emotional, being there for emotional support, and that will represent more with the element of water and the Suit of Cups. So we're dealing more with those issues. Signs like Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces that have different perspectives of dealing with nurturing and caring for someone. Air, swords. Ceres can represent, in that realm, being there in a communicative way, being there where someone needs to have someone to talk to, and you can listen, but you also need to give back. The Six of Discs is about giving and receiving, how receptive we are when it comes to receiving something that's being given to us. And then with fire, sorry, I'm jumping back here. With fire, Ceres influence is more of inspiration, of encouragement. If someone's down on their luck, it's almost like it's like a coach, someone that can just say, you know what, you can do it. You got to look at it from this perspective. Someone who is really a motivational source to really get you to see things and to do things and to change your situation. And that's what we see with Ceres when it comes to those elemental influences. So Ceres and Taurus is sharing what we have. If we're in good health and someone needs some support, we can be there for them. If someone needs help around their home, it's more in that realm, more of physical, material help, giving someone a helping hand, being there physically, materially, to support. So we see normally with the Six of Discs or Six of Pentacles, we see an individual, someone who's very strong, someone who has been going on the journey from Aces to the Six of Pentacles. They've been building up their resources. They've been making wise investments, and it has been coming back to them. So when they start seeing this, even though there was a struggle with the Five of Pentacles, that card gave them a sign. Five of Pentacles became a sign for that individual to see what they have, what little they have, and to work with it and to rebuild from it, and making those wise choices that maybe wasn't so wise and it put them into that Five of Pentacles or Five of Coins situation, but they saw it. Earth is very real, and they have to see things for what it is and to be strong enough to work through it and to get to the Six of Pentacles, where we have the abundance, we have the prosperity, we have the self-worth that we've been working on. We've regained it, and it's time to give back. So Ceres, again, in Taurus, is how we share, how we share what we have. to others that may be lacking or that need that extra support. So to jump right into the cards of the Six of Discs. Okay, so everything here is going to be centered on earth energy. We're in the month of Taurus. Taurus is grounding, foundation, stability. And everything that we do in our thoughts, stability, foundation, action, in our actions, foundation, stability in the way that we work, foundation, stability emotionally. We don't want any imbalance. And if we do, we work with it. Earth signs, I feel I am an earth sign, and I'm not promoting this, but earth signs, as I mentioned, they see things for what it is, and they work with it. They're one of the stronger elements. I can almost say they're almost survivalists if they make these right choices and being honest with yourself. That's the other thing. If you're being honest with yourself about what's going on and knowing and being humble and knowing what needs to be done, you leave that ego side and pride off to the side. You do what you need to do to get out of your situation, to better it, to get self-empowered, to find that courage. That's what the Six of Pentacles is about. Getting to that point and giving back. Okay. So for those who are born May 1st to the 10th, for the second decan, those are seen as some of the natural qualities that people born during this second decan have. They have a natural ability for giving back. Also, astrologically, other signs and planets play that influence. But when you really look at the decans and you break them down, like on your birth week, you may see some similarities. It's like, yeah, I don't mind giving back. I don't mind helping out, So with our Six of Pentacles, I have two scenes. I'm going to start with this, with these scenes, because they're placed more in the realm of nature. And I think it's a really good starting point to easily explain what the Six of Pentacles is. But also, before I move on, generally the Six of Pentacles, just to kind of put it into perspective, again, it's being grateful for where we are and any challenges that we've gone through, and we've moved on from it. We've made that choice to survive, to keep moving ahead, to find within ourselves that we have that strength and that we can rebuild that stability. And if you talk to people who are survivalists, people from homeless to military to those who've been abused in many different ways, they made the choice to move forward and take control of their life and to get their perspective back on things and to become self-empowered, to be more stronger, and to learn from that past situation. Six of Pentacles is a wonderful card of strength, and also taking a form of responsibility to those that are closest to us. That could be relationships, family, friends, co-workers. So with the Forest of Enchantment and Oak, Ash, and Thorn, I have to do these side by side. This is Oak, Ash, and Thorn, and this is the Forest of Enchantment. Okay, so we're seeing a similar scene in the sense that it's in nature, but we're seeing a different feel. Okay, so let's focus here. Forest of Enchantment replaces pentacles and coins with boons. And boons are, I think boons are like a form of material wealth, material goods. So here we have an individual who I love the way it's written in the guidebook. Linnea Weatherstone is the creator of this deck. She explains this card as someone who is running away from a situation. And it's almost like a continuation of the 5 of Pentacles, but being moved into the 6 of Boons, or 6 of Pentacles. So we have an individual who is still struggling, trying to find solace. And you could see this person's barefoot, not well protected clothing wise, and just in a sense through exhaustion and despair just collapsed. And in the state, which is very interesting here, we have a multitude of rabbits that just came to this person's aid to provide warmth, comfort, and security. And here we see the power of numbers. The more rabbits we have here, the more insulation. And this card just represents external support. This here is a community of individuals, and here we have, as rabbits, community of rabbits getting together, coming to the aid of someone who was in need, and putting their ego, putting their everyday activities off to the side to just provide some support for this individual. That's the beauty of this card, the 6 of Boons. So here is a good example of sources, a multitude of sources. These rabbits getting together and coming to the support of someone. And we see this. We hear stories on the news, how people or an individual sees someone and just provides an act of kindness, selfless kindness, because they have that place in their heart of compassion, and also they have the means of giving. So this is with the 6 of Boons. This is from the Forest of Enchantment. Okay. So here, comparison. I'm going to take a moment to focus. So here with the 6 of Pentacles, I'm going to just let it do its thing. This is from Oak, Ash, and Thorn. So here we have a hare. Hare is, again, similar to the rabbit, is a symbol of multiplication, abundance, fertility. And this environment here is just, it's wonderful. This soul, this animal soul, is in their own environment, and just lightly, we see 6 Pentacles here, just placing them on the ground and letting whatever happens. There's no connection to it. They're just placed there, and we see the birds coming in. They're looking at this. This is a selfless form. This spirit is being humble with its earnings, with what it has, and just placing it there for whoever needs to take. This in a sense reminds me of donation, being grateful and just donating something that was of value and giving it back to someone that may see it of great use. It's a wonderful card. I keep looking at it. The 6 of Pentacles, here with the Lumina Tarot. Here is the continuation from the 5 of Pentacles. And here we're seeing very similar to the Six of Boons. Okay. The camera can't focus on two cards all at once. Here we go. So here are the Six of Boons. Okay. We're seeing a community of energy culling together and coming to the aid. And here we're seeing very similar. We're seeing how we're utilizing what we have and putting it to a wider perspective. And what I mean by that is we're putting it out to everyone. We're putting out that energy. Whatever someone needs, we express it out. If you're having a conversation with someone and there seems to be an issue of some sort, let them know you'll be there. You will be there for support. It shows here, it shows the personal commitment that you've made to get to this point. The hard work, the trust in yourself to create harmony. If you see here, this is almost reciprocal. What you give out comes back to you. We want to maintain this harmony in a consistent way, and that's going to be challenging. It's not asking for you that you have to give all the time, but also look at the intention of how you are giving, okay? Are you coming from a place of compassion so that you can give to people who can feel that inspiration to grow and to have their own personal success? Or are you just doing this because you feel that you have to? The Six of Pentacles, we have to have that self-honesty and knowing exactly where this is coming from, where our intent is. And with the Six of Pentacles, it's coming from a place of being at a hard place, coming from a challenge and moving on from it and knowing that you can grow from there. That's where the intention is coming from. It's sincerity and being grateful and giving that back. Our Six of Discs, the Tarot of the Holy Light. One other thing I wanted to point out is this is also about taking opportunities when they happen. If there is a situation where you have an opportunity, don't question it. I mean, you'll probably see exactly what the situation is, but opportunities are there for a reason. They're there for us to learn and to grow. The opportunity happens to be not what you expected, then that's the experience you gain from it. Sometimes you have to fall back 2 steps to move forward. So when it comes to having these opportunities, take it. And I'm experiencing this recently, so I'm now taking these steps to see what's going to happen afterwards. So let's go with the Tarot of the Holy Light. This is our Six of Discs, and here it is influenced by Venus and Taurus. Okay, I'm not going to talk so much about this because I want to focus more on the nurturing aspect of this card, which you probably don't see here. All what you see is a whole bunch of geometric shapes, different colors, but the way this card is explained by Christine Payne Taylor, this is about what's naturally occurring versus what has been refined through the shape and form of these patterns that we see here. This represents the material realm, all of these shapes. And each of these shapes went through a different experience to get to where they are. They're different colors. Some are more block-like. Some are just, they're filled in a little bit. They're not as separated like these. They are each individual. And if we look at this card, or when we look at this card, we see it being surrounded by abundance. Energy was put in the proper places. Energy was put in to build, to shape, to form these in such a way that our results are being expelled externally, are showing prosperity. And we're seeing growth. So that's why we have these concentric circles here. It's constant movement. In this card, we're seeing things shape shifting and changing. And that's the process when it comes to giving and receiving. This is the potential of what could yet to come. This is still the 6. We have 7, 8, 9, and 10 in the other suits. So this is still the things of yet to come. But right now, this is how things are manifesting because of the work that we put in and how we shaped and I'm trying to think of the word, manipulated what we have to make it to our best, our better interest. And then again, we have this outcome here of beauty and abundance, which represents the Venus aspects of Taurus. And I almost want to say this, the Venus influence here in Taurus isn't so much superficial. It's just about feeling good. Venus is about, it does involve material goods, but it's also about taking care of yourself. And by taking care of yourself, it goes from the inside out. We have here too this whole process of growth and self-investment into ourselves and into others. We also see the value, how we value ourselves and how we value other people. And by sharing this with others. And in doing so, this can be of personal growth and success for those who are contributing, those who are giving, and to those who are receiving. It's taking those opportunities when they come and experiencing it fully. And keep in mind too, nothing's guaranteed. We can give to someone, and we can only hope that whatever is given, the time that we spend emotionally consoling them, the time that we spend talking to them, inspiring them, physically giving them a helping hand. We can't be guaranteed what's going to happen after that. It is up to those individuals, those who are the receivers, what they're going to do and take from it. You can give to someone and don't expect anything back. That's not the whole point. Everything's going to be changing. Everything's going to be shifting in this time frame. So, and even though it's Pentacles involves stability and grounding, we're still on this journey in the suit of Pentacles. So there is still more to come. As I mentioned earlier, we're still in the numeral series of 6. So we're starting to You're starting to see what has developed and what are the next steps that we are going to take and how we're going to approach it to get to that 9 in our suits. 9 is completion, actually. 10 is what we do with what has been accomplished. What is the next step that happens? And then we go back to the circle of the aces again. So a best guide for using the 6 of Pentacles, again, is just having gratitude, self-value, knowing that you've worked really hard and what has been personally gained by your experience through the reflection of your past. We give back to those who have shown their support. And being humble. Don't force the act of giving. And also don't fear asking for help. I know that's very hard for quite a few people. There's a lot of pride and I don't know, some form of humility if it comes to asking for help. But if there's no other way, like with the 5 of Pentacles, you're going to have to reach out and ask. And don't be surprised, or you may be surprised. Someone may actually grab that hand of yours and go, hey, yeah, I can help you. But you have to also make the effort, okay? If you want to continue to grow from the 6 of Pentacles, don't take advantage of what's been given to you. Like I was saying earlier, nothing's guaranteed. Once you've contributed to someone's well-being, it is ultimately up to them to determine where they're going to go, what choices, what direction are they going to take with that. They could just stay where they are and wait for the next person to come and help them. That's their choice, and then they're going to be stuck. This is also 6 of Pentacles, I feel, is also a card of moving more towards independence, building your own foundation, your own place, and being driven to make that change that is very important for you to grow as a person inside and out, and for others to see that. Ideally, we like to be representative of the best that we can be throughout our faults, throughout our, great circumstances that may happen. We're always going to fall, but we always have to keep coming back. And I love the phrase of, pull up those bootstraps, get back on that track. And that's the other aspect with Taurus, is dedication and determination of something that they really feel driven, inspired, something that motivates their desires. And that's why I do this practice. I love it so much. And it is at right now, and will be probably till my last breath, will be my guidance, has been my guidance. And it's always there. That's the beauty of this. Our practice is always there. We can go away from it. It's unconditional. Our practice will always be there, waiting patiently for us to go back to studying, to picking up our cards, picking up our tools. So with that being said, May 1st to 10th, to May 10th, second decan for the month of Taurus. Prosperity, generosity, giving to others, receiving if it's being offered, and also knowing where this of giving is coming from. Have to be compassionate about it. Just don't do it because you feel like you have to. You want to. And in turn, you grow. You build that inner success, that inner confidence, and you learn a little bit more about yourself. So that's our reading for May 1st to the 10th. This is Beltane Eve. Happy Beltane to those who are watching, to those who are going to do a special ritual for this weekend. Let's harness this energy. I don't want to talk too much about Beltane because I'm going to be doing a live video tomorrow discussing the energy of Beltane. But this is time where we're transitioning. We're spring going into summer. So there's a lot of fiery energy that's out there. And that's very encouraging. That's very, that fills someone's confidence. Just going outside, going for a walk, being in an environment that means a lot to you, that helps you get clarity and grounding. Place yourself in those environments, and you will feel that shift happen. And you hold on to that energy when going back to where you are. If the environment that you're going back to where you are is troubling, focus on feeling good. And again, you can give that, if needed, response of helping out, emotional support, talking, and inspiring people to those who need it. Alrighty. I will be back on May 11th to wrap up our third decan. And we're going to be entering the 7 of Pentacles. So we're going to see what that holds for us and the planetary influence from the Unified Esoteric Tarot. I don't want to give it away. So see you in about 10 days, 10, 11 days. And you can use these cards to the best of your spiritual needs to harness what you need to give within yourself. Also, giving to yourself counts as well. Do what you need to take care of yourself, that Venus and Taurus influence that we have here. Shape-shifting inside. Changing form and whatnot as we learn about ourselves and growing. Alrighty. See you in 10 days. Any questions, comments, feel free to leave them below. And I will see everyone next time again. Thank you so much for watching. This is Amy of the Mystic Rose Tarot. Hope you are having a wonderful month of Taurus.